everyone, welcome back to another video. This is Fantasy Girl and we're about to continue on with our Heavensward replay veteran walkthrough. So last time sadly was a very tragic episode. We ended up losing someone who I really saw as a friend. He was really like one of the first few people who ever actually worried about the Warrior of Light as a person rather than just like a weapon or a tool or even just the Warrior of Light themselves. He cared about them as a person. So we're just picking up immediately where we left off with that. So we're back here in Ishgard, just outside the manor, getting ready to speak with Alphino again. So let's go ahead and see what else is going to happen. And I am so sorry about that. I don't know what happened, but my camera kind of went out like very near the beginning. I just noticed when the light turned off there, so I restarted it. All that we missed here is just the very beginning of us accepting the quest line, so I'm just going to read it out real quickly because I just have it saved here in my messages. It's called The Sins of Antiquity, and so we just spoke with Alphino, and he just said, "We must press on with our mission. Tataru, pray return to your duties at the Forgotten Night." Then he says, "Let us go and speak with Sir Emmerich, Claire. I worry for his well-being." So that's kind of what he said just there, just saying like, okay, there's not much we can do right now. Let's go and speak with Sir Emmerich, see how he's doing, because he's just making sure how he's holding up. I don't know why it just went out like that. It's annoying, but thankfully I noticed it really quick. Okay, an audience with the Lord Commander. Yes, yes, of course. Okay, so here we are in his office. I'm glad that he's well enough to return to his desk. Curse those bloody whore sons and piss on their swiveling round table. Very well put. Sir Emmerich. Alright, cutscene, yes. This is a good cutscene too. What am I saying? All cutscenes are good in this game, just about.
My friends, I am in your debt.
Think nothing of it. Your wounds are healing well, I trust.
Some wounds do not heal.
No. Oh, here we go. So I think this is the first time we actually look into Sir Emmerich's past.
The founding. The scriptures, 1,000 years of lies, all to deceive the common man. Nay, our own brothers and sisters. For the blood of the Knights 12 flows within all our veins. You knew this to be true. You knew, and you concealed it.
I should be interested to hear how you came by this knowledge. But yes, you have the right of it. The architects of Ishgard, King Thordan and his Knights 12, entrapped and butchered the great worm, Ratatosker, that they might partake of her eyes and thereby transcend their mortal limits. Upon learning of their treachery, Nidhogg was consumed with a murderous and justified rage. I dare say you know what followed.
The great worm slew the king and half of his knights.
Aye, but Nidhogg was subdued, and his eyes plucked from their sockets by the knights that remained. Their one mistake was to show mercy, for from his brother Hreisvelger did Nidhogg receive a new eye, thus rejuvenating his form and empowering him to embark upon an eternal quest for vengeance.
Whilst Thordan's son Haldreth took one of Nidhogg's eyes and learned to wield its power in defense of his people.
Thus was the first Azure Dragoon born, and ever since that time, his honored successors have risen to drive Nidhogg from our lands whenever the worm has returned to plague us.
I'll give him this, he's not hiding anything.
I ask you, my son, will you answer for my sins? Will your son and his son answer for me as well?
What do you mean?
If a man cannot atone for his sins in the course of his all-too fleeting life, must his progeny then be held to account? Must every subsequent generation be judged as well? Thorin's betrayal of Ratatoskr was an unconscionable, unforgivable sin. Should we then, as his descendants, meekly surrender ourselves to an eternity of punishment?
I mean, he makes a good point. You can't argue with that.
Nay, say I. I would not see our children sacrificed in a vain attempt to appease an implacable foe. Dragons are not like us, my son. To they who live forever, the wrongs of antiquity are as those of yesterday. No reparations shall ever suffice. This fact alone should serve as ample justification for our actions. Yet some refuse to see it as such. For men like you, who yearn to commit themselves to a nobler cause, a more compelling narrative is required.
This is your solution. This is how you protect our people. You have given us a lost cause, a death sentence. With your compelling narrative, you but doom our countrymen to give their lives for a lie.
And they do so gladly. Highborn and lowborn alike are proud to serve, to fight and die for their country. And what would you say to them? What would you tell the wives who have lost their husbands? The mothers who have lost their sons? That their loved ones died for naught? Over the course of 1,000 years, countless men have donned these robes, and every one of them came to accept the necessity of this solution. Once, I hoped you might come to accept it as well. Do not despair, my son. Soon I shall free us from the sins of antiquity, and bring about the change you so fervently desire. If he has spoken with others, I would have their names. Escort him to a cell and question him thoroughly.
Your Eminence.
You can see how happy they look. That is sick. The thing is, I see both points, though. I mean, what would you do in that situation? I really don't know.
You saw something, did you not? A vision of the past?
So this is the power of the Echo. Would that it had shown you a finer moment from my past. 'Twas an exercise in futility, as you saw. Faced with the firmity of his conviction and his many ready rejoinders, my words deserted me. To be frank, I am embarrassed to recall it.
Honestly, I don't know what you could say to that, so I don't judge you for that, mate.
A friend once impressed upon me the importance of differentiating between words, deeds, and beliefs. Were he here, I suspect he would judge your father's conviction to be no more than rank, self-serving delusion.
It's like an unwinnable situation.
Even so, I cannot help but wonder what manner of change he intends to bring about.
I've given some thought to that as well. During the battle within the vault, the Heavensward demonstrated strange and unnatural abilities.
Aye, the manner in which Sir Zephyrin struck down Lord Horchefant was unlike anything I've ever seen before.
The spectacle called to mind King Thordan and his Knights 12 as they are depicted in scripture. Holy powers and all.
Mere fabrications, which have become objects of faith, instilled with the belief of countless devoted souls.
They're putting it all together.
7 hells!
If Lady Iceheart can use her own body as a vessel for summoning, I see no reason why others could not.
Are the Heavensward truly so reckless?
Unbelievable.
As they fled, my father spoke of Aziz La. Though I know not what he intends, I fear no good shall come of it. His ambitions are too great, and his minions too powerful. We must find the Heavensward and stop my father before it is too late.
That's what I love about this game. There is no black and white. It's just so much different shades of gray. I love complicated stories. Mistress Faye, Master Alphino, I, Emmerich, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights of Ishgard, do hereby entreat the aid of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Our aid in preventing whatever it is that the Archbishop intends. Your aid in bringing him to justice. Too much blood has been spilled for the lies he perpetrated. No more. And I will pursue him to the ends of the world if I must. I'm getting his head for what he did. I thank you, Claire. I have heard many men make such pledges, but you speak in earnest. Much has changed since our order's founding, but our duty to combat the primal threat has not. If the Archbishop and the Heavensward are guilty of the crime of summoning, then Claire and I will stop them. Would that I could join you in the pursuit, but alas, my father's absence has thrown our government into chaos. Good for that. Ever since the founding of our nation, there has been an Archbishop to serve as a guiding light for the masses, a force for stability to counterbalance the High House's ceaseless maneuvering. Convincing the people to recognize the truth of our origins would have been difficult even with my father's support. The road ahead is that much more fraught with peril without it. Yet walk it we must, for unity is more vital to our survival than ever. After all, Nidhogg's death did not mark the cessation of the Dravanian hostilities. Far from it. We have great need of each other in the days to come. You may ever count on my lance, Sir Emmerich. To my dying breath I shall defend Ishgard from the Horde. If I may, Lord Commander, I would like to assist the Scions in their search for the Archbishop. Claire, Master Alphino, pray attend me outside. Very well. With me, Claire, I believe we have much to discuss. That they do. That they do. That really is a great way to go about this. God, this game is so good! I just have to say to all of you, to the dev team, all of you at Square Enix, you really made a masterpiece. I mean, after playing through this, I was wondering, how could it get any better? I mean, Stormblood, it was okay. It definitely wasn't on the same level as Heavensward, but Shadowbringers, God, that was amazing. And Endwalker's supposed to be even better than that. I mean, it's supposed to be longer, but still. And yes, in honor of Lord Horchefant, we'll be taking up his title. Where could they be headed? And what does Aziz La have to do with it? We'll find out. In search of the Soali. The Soali was eastward bound, so I sent word to Camp Cloudtop on the off chance the airship passed nearby. Sure enough, Lady Lanati informed me that it has been sighted by her scouts. And the Archbishop is somewhere in the Sea of Clouds? Or was, not long ago, The airship has not been seen since it disappeared into the northern reaches near the Blue Window. Alas, because the region is firmly held by the Vanu Vanu and not easily accessible from Camp Cloudtop, House Helionaut has yet to establish a foothold. We will need not only an airship, but a captain bold enough to risk the Beastmen's wrath. I think we know the perfect candidate, Claire. Let us pay a visit to Master Garland at the Skysteel Manufactory. Yeah, we've been going to Sid a lot lately. I see. Then I'll take my leave for now. There are other matters which require my attention. Who else but Master Garland would be willing to deliver us into Vanu territory? I say we go and ask him first. I mean, I'm sure there are others out there, but no near as convenient. So let's skip ahead a little bit. Okay, so here we are, just outside Skysteel Manufactory. Hello, Sid. The Dastardly Duo! What mischief have you two been getting up to lately? Oh. So you haven't heard, have you? Hardly know where to start. He was a good man. He was, wasn't he? Claire, have you ever heard of Azus Law? The archbishop spoke of it before he fled. No, but it's probably some source of phenomenal cosmic power that's key to his plans. From what he told Claire, the Ascians tried to tempt him as they tempted Gaius in the Ultima weapon. Even if he spoke true about playing along, I can see him attempting to seize it. As if we needed another reason to pursue him. Well, I'm convinced. The Enterprise is at your disposal. Come to the airship landing when you're ready to depart. Just as well. After pulling you out of the fire these last few times, I reckoned I was due to deliver you into it. Okay, so let's go ahead and head straight off to the airship landing. Head off to the Sea of Clouds, which means Bismarck is waiting for us. Okay. Into the blue. Alphino must see to one last thing before he departs. What's that, I wonder? Into the fire, is it? In that case, I should inform Tataru of our plans. Right, Tataru, that's what it was. Pray go on ahead to the airship landing. I shall join you anon. Where is he? Around here somewhere. There they are! I heard about your man Hoshfarm. Sorry for your loss, Claire. Why are you doing this? Good to see you again, Claire. It'd be a pleasure to have you aboard the Enterprise again. And you're not just saying that to be polite, I bet. Boys have been hard at work preparing for our flight, and I'm pleased to say we're ready to depart. Aw, they're so sweet. That is, as soon as a certain... Ah! Pray forgive me my lateness. Tataru and I had much to discuss. We still have no news of the missing scions, but she assures me that Urian, Jay, and Raoul are pursuing promising leads. Come, we can continue this discussion aboard the Enterprise. I can't talk today, I don't know why. Hello, Wedge. The others are waiting for you aboard the Enterprise, Claire. Shall we get going? Hey, I was waiting for you guys.
To the northern reaches of the Sea of Clouds, where countless isles yet remained uncharted. In search of a mysterious land known as Azizlar, and the unmasked villain who sought to claim its secrets. Oblivious to the new threat which followed in their wake, they came.
Okay, Sid. We'll keep the Enterprise here for now, but if you need to head back to Ishgard, you can use that standard to signal for an Ironworks airship. Don't worry, we charted a route safe enough for others to fly, unless that primal shows up, but what are the odds of that, eh? He says. From here, Clamp Cloudtop looks rather far. Be on your guard, Claire. The Vanu could be anywhere, even watching us as we speak. Yeah, it's probably true. Okay, familiar faces. Alphino has a mind to start searching the blue window. Assuming the Soily is here, I doubt she will come to us. We should begin searching the Isles in earnest. Of course, we must remain vigilant for Vanu scouts as well. I'd rather avoid needless bloodshed. We'll stay in touch with your Temple Knight friend, don't you worry. Enterprise is ready to fly off at a moment's notice. Just come running if you run afoul of something you can't handle. Well, rest assured we'll take you up on that. Ooh, ether current. That's convenient. Alright, so we just have to head up north from here. There's a lot of places we need to go to. Let's just have a quick look. Not too bad. We only have 3 right now. Well, 5 technically, but okay. And let's head out from here. God, look at them. So many aisles, so many places to hide. No, we must not lose hope. He is out there, Claire. We will find him. I'm guessing lookout. There's lookout. Search the skies for, let's see, nothing resembling the missing airship. Okay. I'm sure I'm pronouncing that name wrong. It sounds like Solahi, I think that's how you pronounce it. I think it's supposed to mean sun or something like that. Something bright. Ooh! Instance duty, that's right. I forgot all about this. Yes, let's go. Mayhap this effort was doomed to failure. Beg mercy of Netherlings, does not fight, does not wish to die. Was that a Vanu being attacked? But by whom? I don't know how to make it sound like that. Maybe a bird-like voice. Over there. Imperial troops? Guardians, seize them! They'll know where the archbishop is. Well, they got on real quick, huh? The enemy of my enemy. We've no choice. With me, Claire, protect the Vanu. Remember, Lord Van Hydrus wants them alive. That's an order. Lord Van Hydrus? Regula Van Hydrus?
Protect me!
Don't take your time, Alphino. What are you doing? You're a disgrace to the Six. Subdue these savages. There's no end to them. Yeah, it's gotta be embarrassing when you're losing to a woman with a spear and a child with a book. And you have like guns and thick armor and everything. That's gotta be embarrassing. This one's the tough one. Look, I will deal with you in just a moment. Jeez. Mr. Gunship. Did you just heal yourself? Oh, we'll fix that. Ha. I'm taking care of you next, so make sure you can't heal anyone. That is annoying. No weapons to fight, Netherlings. No desire to die. Oh, it's targeting the carbuncle. It was like, where are you aiming at? That wasn't bad. Okay, Mr. Vanu, are you alright? Lonu Vanu. So we live to fight another day. Netherlings save Lanu Vanu from certain death. Showers Netherlings with thanks like summer squall. Lono Vanu knows not what wind bears Netherlings to cloud sea, but warmly welcomes them. Shows gratitude where gratitude is due. I have no idea how a birdman like him's supposed to sound like. Lono Vanu would very much like for you to enjoy the hospitality of his village. Lonu Vanu owes much and more to Netherlings. As saviors, as heroes, Zundu welcome you. To village we go, to north, come, come. So the Garleans were searching for the archbishop and believed that the Vanu knew something of his whereabouts. Methods notwithstanding, they may have the right of it. Yeah, I can get that. I conclude that we should accept Lono Vanu's offer of hospitality and visit his village. You know, if the Garleans just sort of stopped by and said, hey, can you tell us if you've seen this old man with long robes and a beard flying about here at all recently, they probably would have gotten a much simpler answer and not have to worry about, you know, being treated as the bad guys, which they are so fond of doing. I was just about to say, I can't believe I got through all that without being attacked. Oh, I love this ether ride. I don't know why it reminds me of a merry-go-round. Oh, that would be terrifying. Can you imagine being the poor sod who has to build these walkways and bridges over this gap? That would be terrifying. I want to believe Lono Vanu is sincere in his intentions. Nevertheless, keep your eyes open, Claire. Well, my experience is that they have an aetherite, chances are they're good. Like breeze guides leaves to rest, come and lay down your burdens, netherlings. Lono Vanu throws wide arms in greeting. Behold, Oak Zundu. It is such a charming little village. I wouldn't mind the visit here. Far warmer welcome than the one you received from the Vundu, I think. Ha! Vundu bluster and blow hither and yon, sound and fury like aimless gale. What unseen lightning begets such thunderous report? There you are, did you see it? It's that damned flying whale again. The Imperials are after it. Where? The white. He's wounded. How can you tell? Come. Swallow the whole island. By the 12, did that beast just eat that island? Oh, insatiable white, oh, devourer of worlds, why must you torment us? Bah, Lono Vanu wastes no more time on his unfathomable deeds. Come, Netherlands, come and break words with Chief of Zundu. Yeah, they're definitely not his followers, because, I mean, he's eating their home. Take a lot more than Imperial cannons to bring that beast down. You described it as a flying feathered whale. I naturally assumed you had taken some liberties. Excuse me? How is that any stranger than any of the other crazy things that we fought against? Honestly. I'm half tempted to throw you off the side here for that remark. But I love this ether, right? I really do love it. It's seriously. Really, Alphino? Just really? Of everything that we've experienced so far, the idea of a flying feathered whale, that's too much for you, really? Oh well. With wisdom deep as nethers and eyes clear as cloudless blue, Sonu Vanu speaks for Zundu. Hearken to his words. I don't think I'm doing their voice justice, but hey. Netherling, deliver Lono Vanu from claws of steel-sawed fiends and prove nobility. He knows not to ignore Zephyr winds and brings before you with all haste. Soft rains to soothe the heart and sunshine to warm. Gratitude of Sono, chief of Zundu, is boundless. We are honored to meet you, Chief Sono. I am Alphen Olivier, and these are my companions, Claire Fay and Sid Garland. We have come in search of an airship, a flying vessel of the Nethers, which we believe is somewhere in the Cloud Sea. Ah! Like to black steel sawed contraption from which you saved Nunuvanu. Alas, no, that ship belongs to the Garlean Empire, an old enemy of ours, though not the enemy we are looking for at present. We've got a lot of enemies. The men we seek wear armors of purest white and are led by an older man in white robes. Wait, Nunuvanu hear tell of these Netherlings. You do? Are you certain? As sun rises and falls and returns we are. Zundu scouts can testify to words of Nunuvanu. Aye, winds carry purpose of Netherlings to our ears as well. Netherlings seek key to Azus La. Now we're getting somewhere. Tell us, Chief Sono, what exactly is this Azus La? Beware, Netherlings, for blackest clouds portend greatest danger. Look not into heart of tempest. There lies ancient birthplace of sin, home of forbidden secrets. To speak more is to call the wind. But the white of ours isle where the key is kept, deep within boughs of mighty Bismarck it lies, beyond reach of the foolhardy. Beyond ours. Rejoice not in his gluttony, Nunuvanu, for as stone gives way to water and wind, all yields to the white. This he knows, Chief Zuno. Madness of Vundu bodes ill for all Vanu. I don't know why, I'm having a hard time reading today. Oh, well, just our luck. As soon as we arrive, we find out the key has been eaten already. Could we not just leave the key to the Forbidden Land and the island eating whale's belly? I mean, I can think of worse places to keep it. No? I thought not. I mean, he's got a point. Black and white. Alphino has that familiar look in his eye, which can only mean one thing, that he's going to send us off to fight for him. So Azus La is home to forbidden secrets, accessible only to the bearer of the key which the archbishop covets. Much as I would like to believe it's safe within the belly of Bismarck, the Knights of the Heavensward wield primal powers. If we do not slay the whale and claim the key first, they surely will. Quite how we'll go about it is another matter. As was the case with our battle with Leviathan, we are out of our element, and this time we have far fewer allies to call upon. Be that as it may, our customary approach still holds true. We must begin by learning more about the White. Let us question the residents of the village, then regroup and share our findings anon. Wonderful. Okay. And I got my precious ether current. So we're starting to fill that out, just like the very edges. If Netherlings seek knowledge of the Whites, then speak with Kunu Valley, foremost keeper of tales. But neglect not to present self with humility and respect. As sun yields to moon and moon to sun, Netherling must greet Kunu Valley with a bow. Good to know. Okay, let's go and speak with Kunu Valley. How the Vanu are able to tell, like, it's interesting how you can tell male and female based off the names. The quality of crystals needed to sustain Bismarck would exceed that consumed by Leviathan. Okay, so when you see a Vanu that has their name ending with Valley, it means that they're female. So this Kunu Valley is a female. Thanks. We take a bow. Zephyr winds at your back and sunshine to warm your brow. Traveler from below, Gunu Valley, keeper of tales, hears your words and she remembers. In times long ago, in lands elsewhere, before even the cloud sea, the white is one among many. Newborn, he swims besides his many brothers in seas of endless water. But hated the white is, for his brothers are purest black. So great is their contempt, their loathing, that they turn upon him and rend his flesh asunder. And so he falls, only to rise again, for merciful gods raise him to the heavens, and he is reborn. The white still longs for the sea in which he cannot return, but in rebirth the splinter of the divine is shared. And so he opens his maw, and hence comes the clouds, and a new sea is born. Home to him alone. Content, he gazes out and sees others who are as he, hated and hunted. He weeps, in his benevolence he raises up isles of earth and guides these people to this cloud sea. Such is the tale of his rebirth and the salvation of the Vanu. May it never be forgot. It is demon which menaces the cloud sea. His rage is that of the Vundu, his hunger that of a wild beast. The isles are his gift to us, yet now he must consume them? Gunu Valley knows no tales like this. Oh, it's a sad story. And a happy ending. Until now. Personally, I've seen enough of that feathered whale already. Yeah, especially since you were almost eaten by it. So according to the Vanu, the Sea of Clouds and the Floating Isles were gifts from Bismarck to his people. Gifts which he has taken to eating, yes. Technically within his rights, I suppose, if perhaps a little ungenerous. Gods, eh? But what of you, Alphino? Did you learn aught of value? Alas, no. That is unless you have an interest in the intricacies of Vanu sky fishing. Sky fishing? My gods, that's it, Alphino, my boy! I could kiss you! From what we have observed, Bismarck is a creature of pure instinct, driven primarily by hunger. When wounded by the Imperials, it fled, but not before devouring another island to restore its strength. What I propose is this. We tow a suitably appetizing island through the Sea of Clouds, in essence fishing for our flying whale. Once we draw Bismarck out of hiding, we shall use dragon killers to fire grapnels into the beast's hide and then reel it in close, enabling our resident Icon Slayer to engage it directly. Bold plan, Master Garland, but an exceedingly dangerous one. Should Claire fail to subdue the creature, she would almost certainly be eaten along with the rest of your appetizing island. He's starting to care about us now. And I'd rather not get eaten by a flying whale. Oh, she won't fail, and if anything does go wrong, I'll be at the helm of the Enterprise, ready to tow her out of trouble. I wouldn't entrust a task like this to anyone else. Nor I. I trust you have no objection to my joining you as well. Not at all. The more the merrier. Right then, it seems the boys and I have a lot of work to do if the Enterprise is to be ready for our fishing trip. While you two need to find me some bait. And not just any island, mind. I want a mouthful at most. Hey, bolt, chain, and island. Alphinode loves when a plan comes together. Well, you heard Sid. We need an island to bait the hook. By way of a first step, I propose we speak with Chief Sonu. If the Zundu are as concerned by Bismarck's behavior as they have given us to believe, they may be supportive of our efforts to slay him. Yeah, that's true, but because if they don't stop, then they won't have a place to live. Boys, I can handle most of the preparation, but we'll need you to secure us a suitable island. Let me know when you're done. Okay, let's go and speak with Chief Sonu. Yeah, and also I didn't get a chance to say this before, but if you see a name of a Vanu Vanu that ends in Valley, it's a female. If it ends in Vanu, then it means that they are male. You can but ask. I mean, what's the worst that they'll do? The Trenamonte is upon us, the white feasts, and the Zundu rejoice in his carnage. Hear me, Chief Sonu. This creature which torments you now is not the deity who raised up the floating islands and made a gift of them to you. He is a perversion of your beliefs given form by the Vundu, a false savior who consumes that which he should rightly safeguard. Yet it need not be this way, Chief Sonu. We have the power to strike down this impostor, but we must beg of you an island to see it done. Modes against the tempest, in vain do they struggle. Yet, who is Sonu to speak of what may be? Perhaps even the Trenamonte can turn to the Ponte. Very well, Netherlings. When you are ready, tell Zundu scouts what manner of island you require, and they guide you to it. I mean, it's not like they got anything to lose, which they do, actually. We shall not fail, Chief Sonu. On that you have my word. Making promises again, Alphino. Come, Claire, let us see how Cid's preparations are progressing. Well, seeing as how he just ran off... I mean, they work fast, I'll give them that. Okay, so... where do we go? Oh, we go this way. This is adorable. They have like these bird houses all up here. It's so cute. Oh boy, I would hate to be a builder up here because I would be responsible for building these walkways. Ooh, a current. Please don't attack me. I just want the current. There they are. Oh, and another current. Wow, we're finding them very easily here. Only 4 more to go. Okay, they're out in the wilds anyway. Why, that took hardly any time at all. The Ironworks engineers do not disappoint. I guess they just happen to have a couple dragon killers with them. Are we really gonna go sky fishing for a primal? Pretty much. Archguardian friends have furnished us with dragon killers and ammunition. I've taken the liberty of procuring a Magitech field generator as well. Rest assured, we've changed the spare, every link forged by the manufacturer's master craftsman. If you have any lingering doubts as to the strength, know that they were originally intended to bind dragons, and were not found wanting. Pleases me to inform you that the Vanu Vanu have agreed to furnish us with an island of our choosing. And all that remains is to confirm the readiness of the poor buggers who will actually be doing the fighting. Claire, let Wedge know when your party is assembled. Build a part for the island once you've assembled your party, blah blah blah, let's go. I probably shouldn't be telling you this, but I don't like this plan. I don't like it one little bit. But I can't help being excited all the same. So tell me, Claire, are you ready to hunt the white whale? Yes, I am. After you then, Claire. All aboard! Since we still don't know the extent of Bismarck's influence, I prefer to keep those not actively participating in the battle inside the ship. Be a shame if one of us started chanting, "The White! The White!" and stabbed you in the back after all. Okay, so we're going to be heading straight off into Limitless Blue. That I could fight alongside you, Claire, but primal influence being what it is, I think it best that I assist Wedge with the machinery on this occasion. Okay! Limitless Blue Hard Mode, but I think we'll call it there right now. So, yeah, I want to thank everyone for watching. I know it's cutting a little bit short there, especially since we still have to fight and slay the Primal, but we'll leave that for the next episode. So, for right now, I think that should be good. It's almost an hour. Yeah, it's been almost an hour and I gotta go, unfortunately, but thank you all so much for watching. Once again, this is Fantasy Girl signing out, so bye-bye.